Well, hi, everybody. I'm Al Ruechel from Spectrum Bay News 9. Glad to have you with us on the PCS Journal, where we talk with folks within Pinellas County Schools about what they do. Dr. Michael Grego, Superintendent, joins us right now. Good to see you.
Great to see you too, Al.
Okay, we have to do an alumni shout out. My kids went to Palm Harbor University High School, and the girls team won the state championship again. There you go.
They did. Since 2010 was their last one, but what a victory. The 5A state girls championship in soccer, so congratulations to the entire squad. And to their head coach, Randy Irick, and Dr. Gonzalez, the principal.
Yeah.
We're so proud of those young ladies.
And this is either the fourth or the fifth state title, because they won a bunch in 1999, 2001, 2000, in that area, so congratulations to them. Now, while we're talking about sports, I mean, you really threw a loop to me. A lot of people up north, a lot of schools have lacrosse. Now, Pinellas County Schools have lacrosse?
I'm very excited about this, and our parents are too. There's many organizations that came to Al Bennett, who's our Director of Athletics, and asked for us to explore the possibilities of beginning yet another sport. And so in the spirit of collaboration and really wanting to serve our citizens and our students, we started lacrosse. And I can say to you, our first match was between East Lake and Palm Harbor University.
Oh, I love you picked the two schools that have this rivalry going.
I really don't know who won.
Okay.
It doesn't matter, because we sold over 350 tickets.
Really?
It was a great crowd. And I look for lacrosse to be such a great addition to our sports athletic program.
And the nice part about it for both men and women is that there are a lot of lacrosse scholarships that are available too.
There are, and I do want to, and I thank you for emphasizing this. We implemented both the girls lacrosse and the boys lacrosse.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
excellent.
Good. And there are many scholarships at universities.
And we want to mention that coming up in the second half of this program, we'll be showing you more about that Palm Harbor victory, which will be fun as we continue to watch that. And she gets it on a corner kick. This is what's amazing to me. That ball went out and around. Nobody touched it, back in the corner of the back. It's just like, how often does that happen?
1-0.
I know.
Only goal.
Well, you know, nobody said that soccer had a lot of goals, unless you go to 4 World Cups ago. Then it did. All right, let's talk about something else. Safety and security, folks, talking about the way to beef up security in our schools. Tell me about that.
Yeah, the Superintendents Association this past week convened probably the largest convening they've ever done. I'm real proud of Senator Mumford, who's our Executive Director, Sheriff Bob Galtieri from our own sheriff here in Pinellas County, who headed up and chaired the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas Committee, went over. I spoke on behalf of the superintendents. It was about 400 to 500 people, law enforcement, educators, mental health individuals, principals, an outpouring of people to say, we have this report, now what do we do with it?
Yeah.
What are the specific actions that we truly need to do so that in the day-to-day operations of our schools, we know that we're moving forward? And we don't want to ever have a tragedy like this to happen again, but if, God forbid, it does, that the results are different. And so we took a look at the standards and to provide guidance for all 67 school districts. So we're not out there 67 different ways interpreting procedures, interpreting policies and processes. And we also took a look at developing within the association, Superintendents Association, a handbook of procedures for local schools, because schools don't want to be confused, districts don't want to be confused, and so forth. And we also took a look at the services outside. The theme that I tried to present to that group is that schools can't do this alone.
Right.
We need the mental health agencies and to step forward. We need public safety and law enforcement to step forward, and we need to remind ourselves what we're here for, and that is not only the safety of students, but the education of students. Tremendous success.
I have to ask, was it brought up about whether, will schools be given an option of having teachers be armed or not? Is that going to be, I know that's a big controversy. Some schools, Hillsborough doesn't want to see teachers armed, but was the recommendation a mandatory arming, or if the school districts decide that it might be necessary?
You know, one of the things I thought was really positive about this is we didn't get hung up on that.
Okay.
Because, you know, the session isn't even in place yet. Yes, there was a bill filed by the Senate and voted on, but we still have a long way to go. And I think that we need to continue to tap in and talk to our constituents, the parents and the teachers and so forth. So yes, it was discussed, but I'm going to be honest with you, Al, it wasn't the major portion of the discussion. The major portion of the discussion is what can we do in a short term to really mitigate any type of harm to students that possibly could be. And also to reflect that schools are and continue to be the safest place for young people.
Sure,
and the last
sure.
thing we want to do, whether through drills or anything else, is to make a school a place that students fear to go.
Yeah, yeah.
And so that's the good thing. Now, on a positive note, I just received a second and third email that I've received, from parents who say, well, these drills I'm a little bit concerned about. But I just received an email from a parent the other day who went on a trip in Orlando. And I won't go into the details of it, but she thanked us for the drills that we are conducting, because there was a social aspect of Orlando. It was an athletic competition. Something happened there where the daughter used the results of that drill, and the parent was so pleased that in other words, we're teaching skills that go beyond the classroom and beyond the school building, in the malls and movie theaters, at public theme parks and so forth.
Well, then if you at least you practice it, then if the real thing happens, you're not quite as panicked.
That's exactly what happened.
Well, yeah, that's a big deal. So now, kind of in relationship to gun violence, but on the other side, Sandy Hook, we all remember what happened there, and now one of the parents is going to be speaking here, is that right?
There will be. At Northeast High School, Mark Barden, who's one of the co-founders and unfortunately lost his son in that tragedy. But we are very engaged with Sandy Hook Promise. We've covered, and I thank you for your coverage of this too. Start with hello in their elementaries, see something, say something. And this has changed the culture. We've addressed and partnered with Sandy Hook Promise even prior to Marjorie Stoneman Douglas tragedy, and it has truly revolutionized our student body. Our students now are the ones that are out there saying we collectively are going to keep our campuses safe. At our high school, we're going to have a presentation in Northeast with Mark there tomorrow morning, and students are saying this is our campus. And without a doubt, most of the information that we receive, it's from students.
Oh, sure.
Students want a safe campus. Students want a safe community.
Let's look at some of the other things that are going on right now. Local businesses invited to take part in new internship programs. Tell me about those.
This is a really exciting, I'm going to give you a poster of this thing so you can take it with you. But this is a really, really exciting, we're going to actually kick this off. Where businesses, and you can see some of the sponsors there. This is a partnership with our Pinellas Educational Foundation, where businesses are going to come forward through a grant, and they will be employing about 250 to 300 students this summer in an internship. The students are also going to be, remember the old on-the-job training program?
OJT, you got that right, yeah.
And so they'll be in the workplace and also in school earning and learning to earn an industry certification. So it's our business partnerships, it's the Pinellas Education Foundation, and it's our school district. We're finding so many different things to do during the summer. Al, that's an extension of not only the school year, but things that perhaps we're just running out of time during the school year to do, and the summer is a great time to do that.
Oh, that's great, that's great.
So kudos to our business partnership. And there's so many businesses out there, and what they get is free labor. I mean, the grant pays for the student's salary.
All right, that's great. All right, we have a bunch of things. Normally we have a lot of kudos that we want to pass on, but I'm looking at it today, I'm going, wow, look at all of these things. So let's go right at the top. 17 students received top awards at the Pinellas County Art Region Scholastic Art Award Ceremony. Tell me about that.
Gibbs High School, I mean, if you ever, I've been there,
the arts,
and it's just jammed, and we had over 300 students in grades 7 through 12 that were honored, and in all, 578 awards for honorable mention were given. Our arts program, and March, by the way, let me put a plug in, is Arts Education, Art Appreciation Month, as it is music. And I know how that's close to your heart, both of those areas. And so let's appreciate an art teacher and a music teacher for the month of March.
All right, congratulations to Dr. Salomon Lowry, the principal at Osceola Middle School. Did I get the name right? I hope it is.
Yes, Dr. Lowry and the Leonard Miller Principal Leadership Award. He was nominated. He's part of our Executive Pass program with the Center for Educational Change. He's part of the Executive Pass, where we match up a CEO, a corporate manager, to our principal, and they formulate a partnership and work collectively to improve a school. And so he was recognized. We're real proud of Solomon.
All right, and a student now, Gracie Tubbs, 7th grader, Osceola Middle School, recipient of the President's Volunteer Service Award.
The service award is tremendous. I mean, and Gracie is such an honor. She's been nominated for this national award for all of the outreach. If you see through our schools, and this doesn't get covered enough, but the amount of volunteer hours that our students are giving to the community, like no other generation.
Yeah,
they truly are a giving generation, and Gracie is certainly an example of that.
Okay, and this other one, this is really interesting to me. Clearwater High School makes a list of the most challenging schools. I didn't know that category existed.
Washington Post.
Washington Post.
Yeah.
So tell me more about that.
You know what they do? They look at the percentage of students that take high-level, college-level rigorous courses. So if you go into Clearwater, they have the Cambridge ACE program, they have the AP Capstone program, they have the AP courses throughout, they have dual enrollment for students. In other words,
the whole package.
The whole package.
Is Mastorati still there?
Keith Mastorati is still there as principal. Congratulations to Clearwater. They're also recognized as a model school with their career academies.
Yeah.
And we're real proud of the progress that the Clearwater High School is making.
Absolutely. Scholarship opportunities available for students. This is good for juniors if you're looking ahead to try to look at scholarships. You can never start looking for scholarships early enough, folks.
Yeah, the College Board is putting this as a new scholarship opportunity, and I encourage all of our students to, this particular scholarship's on our front page. We really want to emphasize it, but I do encourage all students as they get to 11th and 12th grade to begin to go to the Pinellas Educational Foundation, their website under scholarships, and you'll see a grocery list, a menu of scholarships that you certainly could apply for. So many dollars, many times go unused or because they're just not aware of them.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, just want to mention that Sandy Hook Award is going to be part of our second half of our program. I forgot to mention that. And let's just hit this very, very quickly because we only got about 30 seconds. The governor's called to review or get rid of Common Core. One question was what it'll be replaced with, and then will it affect the purchase of any textbooks that were going to be used for Common Core?
All good questions. I'm not sure I have the answer to, but I think if we're going to go down this road, we need to do it carefully. We need to do it with parents. We need to do it with practitioners. What we don't need is a knee-jerk reaction of throwing something out. I mean, we went into the Common Core and the standards. We've taken the last 3 to 5 years. We've done tremendous professional development of our teachers. Our assessments at the state level are tied to that. So whatever we do, let's do it methodically. Let's do it carefully, and let's not do it so it harms students or school districts. Yeah.
So more on that story coming up later. Dr. Grego, thank you so much for your time. We're back with more after this.